Here's,
Oh, thanks.
I have one, and I can get, she's got one over there, a couple over there.
Thank you.
David behind you?
He's talking to Jim.
When you do the resolutions? What's the date? It needs to be in before this. Would you read it? And I have a resolution supporting this, and I'd like to read it. That's what you said, okay?
Businesses are here, so I'll just read off the names.
Okay, are you doing that?
I'll do it.
Okay, excellent. Good? Good evening, everybody. Great to see a crowd here tonight. Adequate notice of this meeting, as required by the Open Public Meetings Act, was provided through the posting, mailing, and filing of the annual notice of regularly scheduled meetings of the Town Council on December 13th, 2018. The notice was, on that date, posted on the bulletin board in the municipal building, mailed to the Westfield Leader and the Star Ledger, and filed with the clerk of the town of Westfield. Mrs. Rowley, may I have a roll call?
Mayor Brindle,
Here.
Council Members Habagood. Here. Arena.
Here?
Dardia.
Here.
Nayland. Here. LaGrippo.
Here.
Contract.
Here.
Stokes.
Present.
And Mackey.
Here. Please rise for the invocation, which is given by Councilman Mackey, and remain standing for the salute to the flag.
We gather together here today intent on doing good work. We seek to represent fairly and well those who have given us this task. May our efforts be filled with insight, guided by understanding and wisdom. We seek to serve with respect for all. May our personal faiths give us strength to act honestly and well in all matters before us.
Amen.
I pledge allegiance
To the flag of the United States of America, and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Oh, wow. That claps at every meeting.
Thank you for that. So as we all know, it's a big and very important evening tonight at our town council. So I'm thrilled that I have the privilege of swearing in 4 promotions and 4 appointments within our fire department, as well as 2 promotions and a new appointment in the police department. So look forward to being able to congratulate these new members of our town. So with that, I'm going to come up, and I think we're doing police first.
I am very pleased tonight to announce the promotions of Detective Nicholas Bruno and Officer Preston Freeman to the rank of Sergeant of Police. These gentlemen have truly earned these promotions through their hard work and dedication to duty. Additionally, I am very pleased to announce the appointment of Michael DeBella as a police officer. The Westfield Police Department is busier than ever. Last year, in 2018, our police, fire, EMS dispatch center processed over 45,000 calls for service, 45,658 to be exact. And today, because of these promotions and this appointment, the Westfield Police Department is stronger than ever. In fact, it is at its highest manpower levels at any point ever. I am grateful to Mayor Shelley Brindle and to this town council, as well as to Town Administrator James Gilday, for making Westfield's public safety a top priority and for giving this department the resources it needs to do its job. It is an absolute honor for me to serve as Chief of the Westfield Police and to work for this governing body who understands what it takes to provide comprehensive police services 24 hours a day, 365 days a year. I hope you take great pride in this department and know that you undoubtedly have one of the finest police departments in the state of New Jersey. Would Sergeant Nicholas Bruno please come up? Bring your family, absolutely.
We'll make room.
Oh, wow. Four little ones. Wow.
Sergeant Nicholas Bruno was promoted to the rank of Sergeant of Police effective July 22, 2019. Sergeant Bruno was appointed to the Westfield Police Department as a police officer on January 4, 2010. He was assigned to the Detective Bureau as a plainclothes officer on July 1, 2016, and awarded the designation of detective on November 1, 2017. Sergeant Bruno is a decorated officer, having been awarded 2 Medals of Merit, 5 life-saving medals, a command citation, the Hurricane Sandy Service Award, and a Certificate of Merit. Sergeant Bruno attended West Virginia University from 2004 to 2005, prior to enlisting in the United States Navy in 2005. Sergeant Bruno attained the rank of E4 Hospital Corpsman 3rd Class in the United States Navy and was assigned to the Fleet Marine Force of the United States Marine Corps. He served a tour of duty in Fallujah, Iraq from 2006 to 2007 in support of the global war on terror. Sergeant Bruno has been assigned to the Operations Division as a patrol supervisor.
I, Nicholas Bruno,
Do solemnly swear
that I do and will
support
support
the Constitution of the United States
the Constitution of the United States
and the Constitution of the State of New Jersey,
and the Constitution of the State of New Jersey,
and that I will bear true faith
and that I will bear true faith
and allegiance
and allegiance
to the same
to the same,
and to the governments
and to the governments
established in the United States
in the United States
and in the State of New Jersey
and in the State of New Jersey
under the authority of the people,
under the authority of the people,
and that I will faithfully,
and that I will faithfully,
impartially,
impartially,
and justly perform
and justly perform
all duties
all duties
of the rank of sergeant
of the rank of sergeant
within the Westfield Police Department,
within the Westfield Police Department,
according to the best of my abilities and understanding.
according to the best of my abilities and understanding.
So help me God.
So help me God.
Congratulations.
Chief.
Sign your
Would Sergeant Preston Freeman please come forward? Sergeant Preston Freeman was promoted to the rank of Sergeant of Police effective July 22, 2019. Sergeant Freeman was appointed to the Westfield Police Department as a police officer on December 7, 2000. He previously served as a police officer for Kane University from 1997 to 2000. Sergeant Freeman is a decorated officer, having been awarded 2 life-saving medals, 2 command citations, the Hurricane Sandy Service Award, and 2 certificates of merit. Sergeant Freeman graduated from Rutgers University in 1990 with a Bachelor of Science degree in ecology. Sergeant Freeman has been assigned to the Operations Division as a patrol supervisor.
Repeat after me. I, Preston Freeman,
I, Preston Freeman,
do solemnly swear
do solemnly swear
that I do
that I do
and will support
and will support
the Constitution of the United States
the Constitution of the United States
and the Constitution of the State of New Jersey,
and the Constitution of the State of New Jersey,
and that I will bear true faith
and that I will bear true faith
and allegiance
and allegiance
to the same
to the same
and to the governments
and to the governments
established
established
in the United States
in the United States
and in the State of New
and
Jersey,
in the State of New Jersey,
under the authority of the people,
under the authority of the people,
and that I will faithfully,
and that I will faithfully,
impartially,
impartially,
and justly perform
and justly perform
all duties
all duties
of the rank of sergeant
of the rank of sergeant
within the Westfield Police Department,
within the Westfield Police Department,
according to the best of my abilities
according to the best of my abilities
and understanding.
and understanding.
So help me God.
So help me God.
Congratulations.
You see how long it took to get that on. Imagine when you got to go to the bathroom, how long it takes to get it off. Officer Michael DeBella, would you please come up? Officer Michael DeBella was appointed to the Westfield Police Department as a police officer effective June 17, 2019. Officer DeBella attended the Mercer County Police Academy and was previously employed as a sheriff's officer for the Somerset County Sheriff's Office from July of 2016 until his appointment to the Westfield Police Department in 2019. Officer DeBella graduated Kane University in 2015 with a Bachelor of Arts degree in criminal justice. He is presently assigned to the Westfield Police Department's field training program, and upon completion will be assigned to the Operations Division as a patrol officer.
I, Michael DeBella,
I, Michael DeBella,
do solemnly swear
do solemnly swear
that I do
that I do
and will support
and will support
the Constitution of the United States
the Constitution of the United States
and the Constitution of the State of New Jersey,
and the Constitution of the State of New Jersey,
and that I will bear true faith
and I will bear true faith
and allegiance
and allegiance
to the same
to the same
and to the governments
and to the governments
established in the United States
in the United States
and in the State of New Jersey,
and the State of New Jersey,
under the authority of the people,
under the authority of the people,
and that I will faithfully,
and I will faithfully,
impartially,
impartially,
and justly perform
and justly perform
all duties of police officer
all duties of police officer
within the Westfield Police Department,
within the Westfield Police Department,
according to the best of my abilities
according to the best of my abilities
and understanding.
and understanding.
So help me God.
So help me God.
Congratulations. Nope, we're not done. We got big things.
One quick thing. I would ask Robert Musakia, one of our special police officers, to please come up and bring your lovely wife, Judy, with you, please. About 2 weeks ago, Special Officer Musakia, who has been with us for 38 years, has announced his retirement as a special law enforcement officer. It is a privilege and an honor to present this to him tonight, and it reads, presented to Special Officer 2, Robert Musakia, in recognition of his 38 years of service to the town of Westfield and the Westfield Police Department as a special law enforcement officer, presented by Chief Christopher Bataloro and the officers and members of the Westfield Police Department, September 24th, 2019.
Okay, Chief Tiller, ready? Told me I have to use the camera, the microphone for this. I guess that's what I was just told.
Just talking. So that's what I hear. Good evening, everyone. I'm the new fire chief here in town, and I must say that for providing 25 years of service to this town and working with these brave gentlemen in my department, I am proud to be their chief. I'm also proud to announce the promotions and the new hires that I've put forward to you tonight. And without further ado, I'll go from there. Battalion Chief Rick Juergens. Rick started his career with the Westfield Fire Department in July 2001. Rick was promoted to the rank of lieutenant in March of 2015. Over the years, Lieutenant Juergens has been a dedicated member of the department. Tonight, I present to you Battalion Chief Rick Juergens, who's going into the Fire Prevention Bureau as the battalion chief, and also he is our EMS liaison and in charge of the EMS division.
Repeat after me. I, Richard Juergens,
I, Richard Juergens,
do solemnly swear
do solemnly swear
that I will support the Constitution
I will support the Constitution
of the United
of
States
the United States
and the Constitution
and the Constitution
of the State of New Jersey,
of the State of New Jersey,
and that I will bear true faith
and I will bear true faith
and allegiance
and allegiance
to the same
to the same,
and to the governments
to the governments,
established in the United States
to the governments established in the United States
and in the state
and in the state,
under the authority of the people,
and the authority of the people,
and that I will faithfully,
and I will faithfully,
impartially,
impartially,
and justly perform
and justly perform
all duties
all duties
of the rank of a battalion chief
of the rank of battalion chief
within the Westfield Fire Department,
of the Westfield Fire Department,
according to the best of my abilities
according to the best of my abilities
and understanding.
and understanding.
So help me God.
So help me God.
Congratulations.
Next is Battalion Chief Michael Dulks. Michael started his career with the fire department in July 2004. Michael was promoted to the rank of lieutenant in June of 2016. I got to work side by side with Michael. We fought many fires together in town and on mutual aid. And I'm very happy to make this promotion here tonight. So tonight we have Battalion Chief Michael Dulks, who is going to be the administrative battalion.
Repeat after me. I, Michael Dulks, do solemnly swear that I will support the Constitution of the United States and the Constitution of the State of New Jersey, and that I will bear true faith and allegiance to the same and to the governments established in the United States and in the state under the authority of the people, and that I will faithfully, impartially, and justly perform all duties of the rank of a battalion chief for the Westfield Fire Department, according to the best of my abilities and understanding. So help me God. Congratulations.
Next up is Lieutenant Carl Kelber. Carl started his career with the Westfield Fire Department in October 2001, and then Carl was promoted to the rank of lieutenant August 12, 2019.
Are you holding this for him? Repeat after me. I, Carl Kelber, do solemnly swear that I will support the Constitution of the United States and the Constitution of the State of New Jersey, and that I will bear true faith and allegiance to the same and to the governments established in the United States and in the state under the authority of the people, and that I will faithfully, impartially, and justly perform all duties of the rank of lieutenant for the Westfield Fire Department, according to the best of my abilities and understanding. So help me God. Congratulations.
Lieutenant Kevin McCormick. Kevin started his career with the Westfield Fire Department in July 2003. Kevin has been an intricate part of our department as a firefighter and has been promoted to the rank of lieutenant as of August 12, 2019. Kevin is now operating in Suppression Division on C Platoon, correct?
Ready? I, Kevin McCormick, do solemnly swear that I will support the Constitution of the United States and the Constitution of the State of New Jersey, and that I will bear true faith and allegiance to the same and to the governments established in the United States and in the state under the authority of the people, and that I will faithfully, impartially, and justly perform all duties of the rank of lieutenant for the Westfield Fire Department, according to the best of my abilities and understanding. So help me God. Congratulations.
This next group of gentlemen are my new hires. However, this first one I'm about to announce, he's not really a new hire, but he came to me one day and he said, "Hey, Chief, I was never sworn in," and that was about 2 years ago, I believe. So I told him, I said, "I'll sneak you in here tonight so everybody can see you. Come up. Come on up, Danny."
Well, that's great. Repeat after me. I, Daniel Tomorrow, do solemnly swear that I will support the Constitution of the United States and the Constitution of the State of New Jersey, and that I will bear true faith and allegiance to the same and to the governments established in the United States and in the state under the authority of the people, and that I will faithfully, impartially, and justly perform all duties of the position of firefighter for the Westfield Fire Department, according to the best of my abilities and understanding. So help me God. Congratulations.
Firefighter Michael Sawicki. Not to be confused with Lieutenant Michael Sawicki.
Repeat after me. I, Michael Sawicki,
I, Michael Sawicki,
do solemnly swear
do solemnly swear
that I will support
that I will support
the Constitution of the United States
the Constitution of the United States
and the Constitution
and the Constitution
of the State of New Jersey,
of the State of New Jersey,
and that I will bear true faith
and that I will bear true faith
and allegiance
and allegiance
to the same and to the governments
to the governments
established in the United States and in the state under the authority of the people,
under the authority of the people,
and that I will faithfully,
and that I will faithfully,
impartially,
impartially,
and justly
and justly
perform all duties
perform all duties
of the position of firefighter
of the position of firefighter
for the Westfield Fire Department,
for the Westfield Fire Department
according to the best of my abilities
according to the best of my abilities
and understanding.
and understanding.
So help me God.
Help me God.
Congratulations.
Firefighter Richard Alaco.
Anybody else? We're good? Sure. Okay, ready. I, Richard Alaco, do solemnly swear that I will support the Constitution of the United States and the Constitution of the State of New Jersey, and that I will bear true faith and allegiance to the same and to the governments established in the United States and in the state under the authority of the people, and that I will faithfully, impartially, and justly perform all duties of the position of firefighter for the Westfield Fire Department, according to the best of my abilities and understanding. So help me God. Congratulations.
And last but not least, firefighter Anthony Grasso.
I, Anthony Grasso. Do solemnly swear. That I will support. The Constitution. Of the United States. And the Constitution. Of the State of New Jersey. And that I will bear true faith. And allegiance. To the same. And to the government. Established. In the United States. And in the state. Under the authority of the people. And that I will faithfully. Impartially. And justly. Perform all duties. Of the position of firefighter. For the Westfield Fire Department. According to the best of my abilities. And understanding. So help me God. Congratulations. Congratulations to all of you, and we are incredibly lucky to have such an amazing Westfield and Police Department here in Westfield. So thank you all for being here for that. So I know the majority of you did not come to hear us pass resolutions and finance things tonight. So we are going to take a quick break for those of you that want to leave and start your congratulatory celebrations, and we will not be insulted one bit when you don't come back. So please take a minute. If you're welcome to stay, but I know you probably have more important things to do. So.
Congratulations.
Congrats.
Say the ideal number is one less than what you have.
Are you telling me?
Yeah, that's made it easy.
I'm not going to go to that.
Favorite joke? It's my favorite joke. Actually, I dreamed I was a muffler.
Wellness committee, Ted?
No, we're doing the Green Westfield. Although none of the businesses came, so we'll have to hand these out.
No, but I see Bareem here.
Oh, is somebody here? I was told nobody came.
I think Bareem is here, and Tony.
Oh, Tony's here. Okay. All right. So some came. All right.
That's all each, I don't know which ones are which, but they're all separately.
Got it. Yeah, this is great. And we'll,
Getting sworn in.
I'm going to announce all of them, and I'll invite whoever's here to come up, because I don't know. Yeah. I have the list right here.
Good job.
Irish twins.
Hey, Nancy.
All of them.
Oh, I think he said they're not here. I think it's just for, is that
Is it broken?
okay, so that's what we're doing next. Okay, got it, okay.
Moving at 4 of them? 4 of them?
Okay, got it. Man, I'm gonna drink a lot of water.
Okay. You had 4?
Oh, yeah, I know. It's a lot.
Gonna be right
I'm
after the
doing
meeting?
working on it this morning.
All right, so I think
Okay.
all right, I'm going to try and bring the crowd back. All right, so we have 2 more presentations before we get into the heart of the meeting, and the first one is from the Green Team, and I'm going to let Councilman Contract talk about that.
Yes. Hi, everybody. The Green Team, in partnership with the DWC, wanted to actually announce our first Green Westfield medallion winners. So if you're not familiar with the Green Westfield program, it's a voluntary program designed to help our businesses be more sustainable and specifically to cut down on the use of single-use plastics. I really have to thank the DWC for supporting this, as well as a few members of the Green Team, several of whom are here tonight, so if you all could come up. So we have Jim Boyes, Nancy Albanese. Unfortunately, Carrie Hansen and Catherine Hirschman couldn't join us, but they really spearheaded this program. We've worked on this for many months. We rolled it out in May, and we're really excited that 23 businesses took basic steps to be more sustainable and care about the planet. Some of those steps include simple things like, switch to more recyclable packaging. Give a discount if you bring in a reusable bag. Don't offer a straw or a bag unless it's requested. To be honest with you, everybody, if we just make these simple behavioral changes, we actually can make a difference, and all of these businesses have chosen to go down this path, and we're proud of them. So what I want to do is read out the names of the businesses. I know a few are here, and we'll specifically call them out and ask them to come up. These are in no particular order, although it may be the order they responded. I'm not really sure. So the first is the Bar Method, then the Hope Chest, Golden Bee Antiques, the Farmhouse Store, French Martini, Ono Bowls, Out of Hand Pizza. Burham, can you come up? He is the owner of Out of Hand Pizza. We do have a certificate for every business, although I don't know where yours is, so we'll have to find it afterwards.
Coupons for pizza, too.
Yes, any coupons to hand out?
Cards for pizza.
Or pizza. You should bring the pizza to the party later tonight for the newly promoted firemen and police officers.
And was Burham one of the first? Wasn't
Burham was one of Burham is a great case study of a business owner in Westfield who cares. He has not only embraced the community and embraced the South Side business corridor, but he's really embraced sustainability, and you are an inspiration to the rest. So thank you. Oh, okay.
Hi, Lori.
Nice to meet you. All right, let's keep going here. Roundtable Wealth Management, Savory Spice Shop, The Town Bookstore, Westfield Fitness, Farinolio, 60 and Prospect, Galleria West, Bavella's Pastry Shop, Patricia and Paul, Artisans of Fine Oils and Balsamics, AR Workshop, Midas, Soleil Shoes, Oceans Orthodontics. and-
Anna's here. I think Anna's here. We're here.
Oh,
Yeah.
fantastic, sorry. The Evelyn Dunn Gallery, Midtown Authentic, and Manhattan Bagel. Does anybody? Oh, we have some more. Come on up, please. Yeah.
We're gonna get Stingler. We're gonna come up and take a picture.
And this is a program that is just in its infancy and is going to keep building year after year. Next year, this entire dais is going to be filled.
Wreaking havoc already.
We won't break anything.
Nice job.
Oceans Orthodontics.
Nice, congratulations.
Great job. Great. Appreciate it. Doug Stokes. He wants
Congratulations.
How are you? Good, thank you. Nice job.
Good night, guys.
Well, I got some recyclable toothbrushes, and so exactly.
Oh, fantastic.
Exactly. Anyway, that's a terrific initiative, and it's so great how our businesses have really embraced
Yeah, they've
that.
really responded, and obviously the request we have of all the residences, let's show these businesses that we thank them and support them.
So there's more fun to come because we have another amazing proclamation. And you guys may not be aware that September is Suicide Prevention Awareness Month. And we really want to recognize the Mental Health Council and the work that they've done. And I'm going to ask a few people to come up. I want Councilwoman Linda Hapgood to join. She's been the liaison with the Mental Health Commission. And with us, we have members of the Mental Health Commission, including our co-chairs, Liz Jeffrey, come on up. I want you to come up. Ellen Devon. We have Janet Sarkos, Ron Holmes, Lauren Kaplan-Sagel. And we also have 3 members of the youth team, and I'd like them to come up as well. And I'd like Liz to introduce them as well while we read this.
Step. Watch your step. Watch your step. Honey. How are you?
Hey, Ron. How are you?
How are you?
Spend a lot of time with the microphone. Come on up a little bit. Are we sorry? Yeah, you're right around, but not
Oh, right.
So we have a terrific youth advisory committee with the Mental Health Council because we want to be connected with our young people in the community. And we have tonight with us Maddie Bryant and Ashley Bahadur and Brianna Vaca, and they are high school students, and they're assisting with our efforts in the community to open up awareness and break the stigma and talk about mental health and behavioral health and wellness.
So I'm going to read this proclamation about this initiative that this group has come with, and you see us wearing our Eat Cake, our Got Cake buttons, you'll see why. So whereas, according to the New Jersey Department of Health, suicide is the third leading cause of death among New Jersey residents aged 10 to 29 years, 5th among those aged 30 to 34, 4th among those aged 35 to 49, and 14th among all ages. there are almost twice as many suicides as homicides in New Jersey. And whereas everyone has a role to play in shaping a community that cares for all its citizens, preventing suicide can only be done if people stand together and take every opportunity in our homes, workplaces, and community to support each other and be there for those in need. To that end, the town of Westfield established the Westfield Mental Health Council earlier this year with a mission to facilitate the creation of a comprehensive mental health support system for the Westfield community that promotes lifelong mental wellness, educates the public, ensures access to available resources, and agrees on and coalesces around core community values in an effort to make Westfield a stigma-free community. And whereas mental health experts, including those at the National Institute of Mental Health and the American Psychiatric Association, report that suicide is often preventable when the risk factors are known, warning signs are taken seriously and acted upon, and protective factors are in place and readily available. And whereas the National Institute of Mental Health warns that, as with mental illness, one of the biggest barriers to preventing suicide is stigma, which prevents many people from seeking help. And whereas, for this reason, one of the top priorities and accomplishments of the Westfield Mental Health Council was to establish the town of Westfield as a stigma-free zone, to create a culture wherein residents in need can feel supported by their community and feel free to seek help without fear of stigma. And whereas compassion, acceptance, kindness, and empathy, CAKE, are an integral part of the Mental Health Council's stigma-free initiative, creating an environment where residents feel safe and supported when dealing with topics of mental illness, behavioral health, and suicide. And whereas, inasmuch as suicide is the third leading cause of death among New Jersey residents aged 10 to 29 years, a youth advisory committee was established within the Mental Health Council for the purpose of providing a youth perspective and assisting in the identification of worthwhile programs for youth mental health support in the Westfield schools and community. And whereas September is National Suicide Prevention Awareness Month, learn the risk factors, warning signs, and protective factors at the Suicide Prevention Resource Center. Now therefore be it proclaimed that I, Mayor Shelley Brindle, do hereby thank the members of the Westfield Mental Health Council for their efforts in bringing this issue to light. Do hereby affirm the mission of the Westfield Mental Health Council. Do hereby applaud the inclusion of the Youth Advisory Committee to the Council. Do hereby reaffirm that the town of Westfield is a stigma-free zone centered on the values of compassion, acceptance, kindness, and empathy. Do hereby encourage all residents to become familiar with the risk factors, warning signs, and protective factors associated with suicide prevention. And most importantly, do hereby urge any individual who is suffering or experiencing suicidal thoughts, or any family member or friend who is concerned about a loved one who is exhibiting the warning signs, to reach out for help without delay. The National Alliance on Mental Illness recommends calling the National Suicide Prevention Lifeline at 1-800-273-TALK, or in an emergency, always dial 911. I also want to acknowledge Superintendent Margaret Dolan and our own Public Health Director Megan Avalone, who are working on the steering committee with me. And this is a really a very comprehensive town-wide effort, and we're really lucky to have such incredible volunteers, qualified volunteers in terms of mental health, working on this initiative. So thank you very much to all of you.
Congratulations.
Okay, I think Jim.
Okay, I won't delay this too much longer. I had comments, but I know them off the top of my head. So, a couple quick updates. Road paving, last time we were here, September 3rd, we had about 85% of the program completed. As of today, there's almost over 95% of the program completed. There's only 4 roads left to pave in this year's cycle. Those 4 roads that are left are Twin Oaks, North Wickham, Embry, and Edgewood. And over the next couple of weeks, you'll see that those roads will be completed, and a road program for 2019 will be finished, which is approximately 20 miles of road paved in this 1 year. Of course, a lot of that done by Elizabethtown Gas, full paving, and of course, the rest done by us. So it's really an amazing program. I want to thank Chris McAloon and his team again for continually out there every day, inspecting, making sure things are done right, correcting things that happen afterwards, which are inevitable. Again, we're on pace to finish this up in the next few weeks, and it's really been an amazing a year paving-wise. So, unfortunately, don't get used to that many roads being paved, as a lot of them are done by outside company at no cost to the town, but amazing opportunity. Second thing, bulky waste program. Again, brochures were out last week. We did a big push on social media for the bulky waste program, which is being offered again for 4 weeks, 1 week per ward, starting September 30th. Deadline for registration is this Friday. We've already received over 120 applications. Almost half of them came through our new online opportunity, which is on our website. So people are really signing up. Again, just want to stress you have till Friday to sign up for the program. And again, the program starts Ward 1 September 30th and follows Wards 2, 3, and 4 the next 3 weeks after that. Two other things to mention. We have pedestrian safety-wise, we mentioned them down the hall. Tomorrow, it is expected that a recent town council ordinance adopted a few weeks ago to establish 2 intersections that are currently yield sign intersections, which is Lawrence and Mountain and North and Dudley, will become stop sign intersections as of tomorrow. So you have stop signs in place of yield signs, as well as a major striping plan that is being put down on the street for crosswalk and turning movements. There's also the police already have their message board signs out there in anticipation of a change tomorrow. So there will be a bit of a change for drivers as they approach those intersections, but we think this is a very good thing for public safety, pedestrian safety particularly, and traffic safety and slowing traffic down. The third intersection, which is not a stop sign change, it's already a stop, but it'll be a striping change, intersection of 4th and North, again, creating more of a 90-degree turn there with striping, and we'll see how that goes. But that's all happening tomorrow, and that's going to be a major change. And lastly, we do have a plan for 3 flashing, pedestrian-activated flashing beacons to be installed. Those intersections are West Broad and Paulstead, South Avenue and Kakiola, and replacing the system, a very antiquated system in front of Kaler Stadium on Broadway Avenue. Those systems have been ordered. We're waiting for our contractor to get those systems in. Once they're in, it's a pretty easy installation, pouring footings and installing the equipment. They're all solar-powered flashing beacons. So the county's given us approval on the roads we need, so we expect that to happen in the next couple weeks as well. So a lot of pedestrian improvements happening, a lot of road paving almost finished, and pretty soon we talk about leaf collection, and snow maybe. So thank you very much.
Or not.
Yeah.
Just real quick, you didn't mention Grove to the town line by the tennis center. Right?
Oh, yeah, so that was a carryover from 2018. One of the last section of Grove from, I think it was Grandview or Boynton to town line, or Grandview to the town line. It was a carryover from last year. We didn't finish that part of Grove because there was construction going on. We held off, so the contractor came back, and actually, I think they milled that.
Did they mill it today?
They milled it today. It should be paid by tomorrow, I guess. So that's a carryover from 18. Yep.
Thank you.
Good, thank you.
Thank you, Jim. I'm going to miss checking off those road lists. That was kind of fun. I know it's a long meeting tonight, so I just want to touch on a few things that I seem to be getting a lot of comments or questions about. At the last council meeting, I spoke about the Rialto closing and the sale of Lord & Taylor, both which I know I had mentioned I firmly believe present longer-term opportunities. I did submit a letter to the editor, all to our local news outlets about my broader thoughts on the downtown, how we got to this point, and far more importantly, the many initiatives that are in motion and why I'm so optimistic about our future for our downtown. One of those efforts include really an unprecedented level of engagement with our downtown property owners. Earlier this month, about a week and a half ago, I hosted over 30 downtown property owners in a forum where they could really talk about, hear from us and our master planner about what they've heard so far in terms of public input, and also get their input into any potential recommendations going forward. It was incredibly positive and collaborative, and I think the landlords are an incredible, important stakeholder for anything we do going forward. And I just reaffirmed with them that our goals are very much aligned. We want them to be able to maintain fair rents and attract quality tenants. I think they're very pleased with what the public has said and what we've learned so far. The public supports greater density in our downtown and the desire to solve our parking challenges. It is critical in order for us to really move forward with a bold and innovative vision, which I think is what next year is going to be all about, to have them as, again, very important partners in anything that we do. So I know, as I mentioned, a lot of people like to cast blame on the landlords about rents. But I do think that's a very easy scapegoating mechanism in absence of really trying to find very long-term and sometimes challenging solutions. So we're going for something more holistic, visionary, and sustainable over time. I do want to remind everybody, there's a public meeting, really the last public meeting with our master plan consultant, October 2nd, here in the community room at 7 o'clock. We're going to be hearing from them, reiterating the public input that they've received, and really they'll talk specifically about the timeline and the next phase of the process. I did want to say last night I spoke at length to the owner of the Rialto, and he did inform me that they are reopening the Cranford Theater sometime in November. The timeline of the Rialto will take longer. Well, I wish it was opening simultaneously, and I talked to them about that at length. I am very happy that they are opening at least the theater Cranford. The fact that I do believe a rising tide floats all boats, having them open on our North Avenue corridor, I think, and having a local theater is going to benefit us all. The Rialto, the challenges with the Rialto, it's a much larger building than the Cranford Theater. It would require extensive renovations, including more costly projection equipment in order for it to reopen. And since we are actively engaged with him in larger conversations about the overall eventual use of the space, he understandably doesn't want to make a significant short-term investment, knowing that we are collectively seeking a much broader use and greater opportunity for our community. So I will keep you apprised of the conversations. There's been a lot of people, as I mentioned before, that have reached out to me that want to participate in any kind of future ideas for the Rialto. Once we get a little bit more clarity from the landlord about where he wants to go, we're going to be soliciting volunteers to come in and kind of be part of that planning process. So he's out of the country at the moment. He'll be back in a couple weeks, so we're planning on sitting down with him and our planner and a host of other folks. So more to come on that. I do want to thank everyone who's on the crossing guard front, providing us with great feedback regarding the new crossing guard program. I think we're all learning as we go. We did expect some changes and challenges, and as we all know, as expected, we are incurring some of these through this transition. So the good news is I think we're seeing incremental progress every day. I was very pleased with the meeting that Chief Badalora and Jim and I had with ACMS leadership last week, where they presented some very helpful observations and some things that are very low-hanging fruit that were already implemented on Monday about directing people to certain crosswalks. And then tonight we're actually doing things that are going to be, I think, more assertive, if you will. And you're going to see on first reading tonight we're going to be restricting turns during school crossing hours on two of our most congested intersections. This is not the end all. This is just the beginning. These are things that were very easy to identify as easy things to fix in that meeting. And as we move forward, we'll keep addressing things as they turn up. So anyway, we will be addressing ongoing concerns. We want to thank everybody for their patience. I do want to remind everybody tomorrow is Walk to School Day, so please take extra careful and caution and going to school because there's going to be a lot of kids on the road, including me. So I'll have the privilege of walking to McKinley tomorrow. So please be mindful of that when you leave your homes. We are also passing a gun safety resolution this evening, and just for context for that, shortly after I was elected, I joined the Mayors Against Illegal Guns Coalition, and I have been following their legislative lead regarding the best way to support their efforts in advocating for life safety, gun safety reforms on the local, state, and federal levels. In the past 2 weeks, Mayors Against Illegal Guns requested its coalition members, including Westfield, to pass local resolutions supporting and demanding federal action on red flag laws and universal background checks, two things that are supported by 90% of people in this country. And I do feel like now is the right time for our town council to take action, as tonight, having just acknowledged September as National Suicide Prevention Month, Suicides account for 60% of U.S. gun deaths, so adopting this resolution tonight feels especially timely and appropriate. Last year, after former town councilman Tony Laporta came, and I'm proud to see he's here in the audience tonight, he asked me and the full council to support a resolution supporting a national assault weapons ban. So I did reach out to our congressional delegation, specifically Congressman Malinowski and Senator Booker. They both assured me that continuing to align with the ongoing momentum of Mayors Against Illegal Guns and following their lead would be the most impactful course of action. So additionally, on top of the resolution tonight, we will be following the lead of the state and pursuing the divestment of our town's investments from any bank or financial institution that has investment in or does business with gun buyers and sellers and firearm ammunition manufacturers. I'm very proud of this initiative tonight. I'm very proud to be Westfield's first mayor to join Mayors Against Illegal Guns, and even prouder that the council will be voting on this resolution tonight supporting red flag laws and universal background checks. So that's going to be read from the Public Safety Committee with Mike Daugherty as the chair. So with that, we can get on to the business at hand tonight. So, Mrs. Rowley, do we have any advertised hearings?
Yes, Mayor, there are several advertised hearings tonight. The first is General Ordinance Number 2143, entitled An Ordinance Amending and Supplementing the Code of the Town of Westfield, New Jersey, in order to prevent inconsistencies regarding the definition of the term mural. Anyone wishing to be heard on General Ordinance 2143, please come up to the microphone, state your name and address for the record. Seeing no one, Mayor may close the hearing.
This hearing is closed.
The second is General Ordinance Number 2144, an ordinance amending the land use ordinance to establish electric vehicle infrastructure regulations. For this ordinance, as required by law, it was referred to the Westfield Planning Board for review and recommendations, but since the Planning Board has made several recommendations, further review is needed, and the public hearing for this ordinance will not be held. Next is General Ordinance Number 2145, entitled An Ordinance Amending the Land Use Ordinance to permit larger fencing when necessary for safety. Anyone wishing to be heard on General Ordinance 2145, please come up to the microphone and state your name and address for the record. See no one, Mayor may close the hearing.
This hearing is closed.
And the last is Special Ordinance Number 2218, entitled Bond Ordinance to authorize the acquisition of a new pumper fire engine, including original apparatus and equipment in, by, and for the Town of Westfield in the County of Union, State of New Jersey, to appropriate the sum of $665,000 to pay the cost thereof, to make a down payment, to authorize the issuance of bonds, to finance such appropriation, and to provide for the issuance of bond anticipation notes in anticipation of the issuance of such bonds. Anyone wishing to be heard on Special Ordinance 2218, please come up to the microphone and state your name and address for the record. Seeing no one, Mayor may close the hearing.
This hearing is closed. Councilman Mackey, please move for the adoption of code review and town property ordinances.
Thank you, Mayor. I would like to move for the adoption of General Ordinance Number 2143 on second reading, an ordinance amending and supplementing the Code of the Town of Westfield, New Jersey, in order to prevent inconsistencies regarding the definition of the term mural.
May I have a second?
Second.
Second by Councilman LaGrippo. Any discussion? Please call the roll.
Councilwoman Hapgood?
Yes.
Councilman Arena?
Yes.
Councilman Dardia?
Yes.
Councilwoman Nealon?
Yes.
Councilman LaGrippo?
Yes.
Councilman Contract?
Yes.
Councilman Stokes?
Yes.
Councilwoman Mackey?
Yes.
Mayor Brindle?
Yes. This motion is carried.
I would like to also move for the adoption of General Ordinance Number 2145 on second reading, an ordinance amending the land use ordinance to permit larger fencing when necessary for safety.
May I have a second?
Second.
Second by Councilman Stokes. Any discussion? Please call the roll.
Councilwoman Hapgood?
Yes.
Councilman Arena?
Yes.
Councilman Dardia?
Yes.
Councilwoman Nealon?
Yes.
Councilman LaGrippo?
Yes.
Councilman Contract?
Yes.
Councilman Stokes?
Yes.
Councilwoman Mackey?
Yes.
Mayor Brindle?
Yes. This motion is carried. Councilman Hapgood, please move for the adoption of Special Ordinance Number 2218.
I'd like to move for the adoption of Special Ordinance Number 2218 on second reading, bond ordinance to authorize the acquisition of a new pumper fire engine, including original apparatus and equipment in, by, and for the Town of Westfield in the County of Union, State of New Jersey, to appropriate the sum of $665,000 to pay the cost thereof, to make a down payment, to authorize the issuance of bonds to finance such appropriation, and to provide for the issuance of bond anticipation notes in anticipation of the issuance of such bonds.
May I have a second?
Second.
Second by Councilman Arena. Any discussion? Please call the roll.
Councilwoman Habgood?
Yes.
Councilman Arena?
Yes.
Councilman Dardia?
Yes.
Councilwoman Nealon?
No.
Councilman LaGrippo?
Yes.
Councilman Contract?
Yes.
Councilman Stokes?
Yes.
Councilwoman Mackey?
Yes.
Mayor Brindle?
Yes, this motion is carried. May I have a motion to approve the minutes from the Town Council Conference session and regular meeting of September 3rd, 2019, and the special meeting of September 17th, 2019?
So moved.
Motion by Councilman Stokes, second?
Second.
Second by Councilman Hapgood. Any discussion?
Yes, Mayor, I have to abstain. I was not there.
Great, thanks.
Yeah, and I missed the special meeting on the
Special
17th.
meeting? Okay, all in favor?
Yes.
Opposed? This motion is carried. Do we have any petitions or communications?
No, Mayor, we do not.
So now it's time for open discussion by citizens. Anyone may come up to the microphone and speak to the council on any subject which the council's jurisdiction. Please state your name and address for the record and limit your comments to 10 minutes.
Tony Laporta, 409 North Chestnut Street in Westfield. And thank you, Mayor, for the resolution that you want to pass for gun control. I think it's a step in the right direction. It really is. As you said, I did come here, it was 2 years ago, to talk about this, and nothing happened. But let's just look at what did happen. I came here, I had no resolution. I had this idea, actually, about having a resolution that would be sent to the President and to the Congress asking for national action. And at that time, you were against that sort of thing. You said you did not support things that were not actionable. Okay. So then I worked with freeholder Al Marabella, Union County freeholders, and in this room, you were here. They did pass the resolution that I was talking about, and they sent it to the President, to the Congress, and to Governor Murphy, and to the assemblymen and state senators, exactly what I wanted to do. So I came back and I said, well, Mayor, I didn't have a resolution at that time, but now I have one from Union County freeholders, represent all the towns, Westfield included. And I believe at that time you said, okay, we'll send that to Laws and Rules Committee, Councilwoman Mackey's committee. And I had said, resolutions don't really go to committees. That's not really the way it's done. So it went to the committee, and I don't think it ever got talked about. It just went there to die. It was somewhat of a farce, I thought. Okay, so then I approached Assemblyman Jim Kennedy. He was former Mayor Rawway. He's a sitting assemblyman in Union County. And I had about an hour talk with him, and he liked the idea at first. And he said, like anything else, I have to see if there's any support out there for it. And I got like a call 2 months later, and he said, yeah, not only do I talked to one of his aides, not only does Assemblyman Kennedy like it, he's going to sponsor it, and they're going to write it up. So they sent it to me, and we talked about it. I liked what they came up with. And it got 2 other sponsors in the state assembly. Assemblywoman Linda Carter from Linden, and Assemblywoman Valerie Hurdle from Bergen County. And I've been talking to various assembly people around the state, and there seems to be a lot of support for it. And I also talked to Mayor Bullrich of Elizabeth. Elizabeth, I think, is the fourth or fifth largest municipality in the state of New Jersey. He was fantastic. 2 weeks after I talked to him, Elizabeth, mayor, city council unanimously supported what Union County did. and which is basically what the state of New Jersey, I think, is going to do with the resolution. Then I wanted to talk to the big municipalities in Union County, so I went to Mayor Armstead of Linden, sat down with him for an hour. I never met the mayor. I grew up in Linden, but I really didn't know him. Friends of mine knew him. And he was very, very supportive. And he did it, I went to the meeting, he did it by proclamation. Then I went to Mayor Mapp of Plainfield, sat down with Mayor Mapp and a few of his aides for about 40 minutes, and he was very supportive. And unanimously, they passed their own resolution, as did Elizabeth, as did, Linden did it by proclamation, supporting what the Union County freeholders did. So the frustration was my own town of Westfield. I served as a council member here and a planning board and other things and raised a family. Just wouldn't do it. You know, and some people ask me, what's going on with Westfield? I said, you're going to have to call the mayor on that. I really just can't explain it. There was a lot of rolling of the eyes and say, how about that? So what you're doing with the resolution is very close to the resolution that the State Assembly has right now. It's ACR 236. Now, it goes a little further, where it asks for a banning of assault weapons, a voluntary buyback program. It talks about smart gun technology, and it talks about repeal of the Dickey Amendment, which was put in I think, the 1990s, and said any funds for mental prevention couldn't be used, anything with guns. It's really silly. And I think you and I agree on all this stuff. That's the frustration I have. I think we agree. And I think 90%, as you said, 90% of people in Westfield agree. So it's like beating a dead horse, but I would like you to look at it again. Now that you are looking at resolutions that are not really actionable, and it doesn't have to go to a committee, which resolutions really don't belong in a committee. They're discussed in the council as a whole. And I think it would be bad for Westfield if this becomes a resolution adopted by the Assembly and the Senate, and I know it's got supporters in the state Senate. I talked to the governor's office, and the governor, from what I understand, does not get involved with resolutions, but they were very supportive of it. So, you know, it's not done yet. You still have time to jump on board the train. I think it would be good for you. I think it would be good for every member of the council. I think it would be good for Westfield. I certainly would feel better about it. So, again, I appreciate this resolution that you are going to put forward. It's a good part of the resolution that's sitting in the State Assembly right now. It's sitting in the Judiciary Committee, and the Assembly does not meet during election season. So they had the summer off. Now they have election season off. It's a nice job being assemblyman and in the state Senate. But I've talked to people, and it's going to get voted on. It's going to get voted on.
When you were talking to the assembly persons, did you talk to our own assembly people, Assemblyman Bramnick and
I certainly did.
Munoz, and what was their response?
I talked to John Bramnick, and we had a very long discussion about it, and he was interested in it, and he gave me all his attention, and he told me that he would think about it, and he actually gave me a couple of Republicans in the State Assembly that were very in favor of gun legislation. John was very, very helpful.
Was he willing to support it?
He didn't tell me he was going to support it or not. I'd love for this to be bipartisan.
Of course.
I'd love for this. And if you support the laws of the state of New Jersey for gun control, then you have to support what the Union County did, and you have to support this resolution that I believe is going to be passed by the state of New Jersey. If you don't support this resolution, then you're basically saying, I don't support the laws of the state of New Jersey. And that's fine. You know, hey, I've had a lot of I have friends that say, you know, you shouldn't do this. It's against the Constitution. It's not really against the Constitution, but people who the feelings run very deeply when it comes to gun control, okay? And I know people that, some of my good friends, they're on the other side of the fence. Doesn't make them bad people. They're Americans. They have a right for their decision, for their opinion. It's where we draw the line. Ronald Reagan, when he was president, he sponsored a law called the machine gun law. And Ronald Reagan said, no American needs to own a machine gun. It's on the books today. You can't buy a machine gun. You can't buy a flamethrower. You can't have a grenade launcher. You can't have a mortar. I mean, it's where the line is drawn. It's not a constitutional issue. I'm not saying get rid of all guns. That's a constitutional right to have guns. It's where you draw the line. That's really what it's all about.
Well, thank you. And you're right. You and I are on the same side of this issue. We just disagree on strategy, not on the end result.
That may be.
But we're running out of time, so I just...
Senator Menendez, who's part of the New Jersey legislation, is against the assault weapons. So you went to freshman Congressman Malinowski. You went to Senator Booker, who's running for president. He's got a lot of things on his mind. I don't know if you talked to him personally, but you could talk to Senator Menendez of New Jersey, if that's important to you, and he is against this the assault weapons. So I would like you to reconsider it, and members of the council, I'd like you to reconsider it. And it's going to look real bad for Westfield not to jump on this after so many other towns, municipalities, and then the state, the Assembly and the Senate, I think may pass it.
Well, listen, thank you for coming tonight. And for your passion for this. I sincerely really appreciate it.
Well, thank you, Mayor. And thank you, Council.
Thanks.
Thank you, Councilman.
Anybody else?
Hi, everybody. Marcy Bandelli, 209 Tuttle Parkway. I wanted to thank you, Shelley, and thank this body for not only joining Mayors Against Illegal Guns, but to also advocate for gun safety in this town. This is really the first time that we have this in our town, and I really think that gun safety goes from the bottom up. So we're never, we're not getting it top down, so we have to go from the bottom up, and I appreciate all the effort that you've done. 7 years ago, after Sandy Hook, I was here advocating for this body, although many members have changed since then, to join Mayors Against Illegal Guns, and it was rejected. And I couldn't really understand, it's Mayors Against Illegal Guns, why that would be rejected. It always puzzled me, and I came several times to try to advocate for Westfield to be in this coalition of mayors. And I'm just really happy that we've really turned a corner here on gun safety. I think it's really important. I think that looking back, we had the foresight to see that this was going to be the biggest public safety issue of our time. And it is. And we see it every day in the news. My daughter said today, "Mom, this is getting scary." And I'm like, "It's been scary, honey." But I didn't say that to her. So thank you from the bottom of my heart. We did good. Thank you so much, all of you.
Thanks.
Anybody else? Hearing none, I close this portion of the meeting and move to bills and claims. Councilman Hapgood?
Thank you, Mayor. I'd like to move bills and claims in the amount of $766,952.16.
Thank you. May I have a second?
Second.
Seconded by Councilman Dardia. Any discussion? All in favor?
Yes.
Opposed? This motion is carried. Next on the agenda is reports of standing committees, beginning with Finance Policy Committee. Councilman Hapgood.
Thank you again, Mayor. There are 11 resolutions that I'd like to move as a package. A resolution authorizing the CFO to draw a warrant for refund street opening cash bond. A resolution authorizing the CFO to draw a warrant to replenish the postage meter. A resolution authorizing the CFO to draw a warrant for unused parking permit fees. A resolution authorizing the CFO for refund of dumpster security payment. A resolution authorizing the CFO to draw a warrant for dog licenses for August of 2019. A resolution authorizing the CFO to refund construction permit fee. A resolution authorizing the CFO to draw a warrant for risk management consultant fee. A resolution authorizing the CFO to draw a warrant for overpaid taxes in 2019. A resolution authorizing the tax collector to participate in an electronic tax sale. A resolution to continue to contract with Spatial Data Logic. And a resolution to approve insertion of a special item of revenue in the municipal budget for drunk driving enforcement.
May I have a second?
Second.
Second by Councilman Stokes. Any discussion? All in favor?
Yes.
Yes.
Opposed? This motion is carried. Next is the Public Safety, Transportation, and Parking Committee. Councilman Dardia.
Thank you, Mayor. I have a resolution supporting federal extreme risk laws and for expanded and strengthened background check laws, and it is my honor to read it aloud. Whereas, according to recent polls, Americans across party and demographic lines consistently and overwhelmingly support both expanded background checks for gun buyers and allowing law enforcement to temporarily seize weapons from troubled individuals by way of extreme risk laws. Whereas, extreme risk laws, also commonly known as red flag laws, allow family members and law enforcement to petition a court to temporarily remove guns from a person in crisis, empowering families and law enforcement to help keep guns out of the hands of those at risk of injuring themselves or others. And whereas, when a person is in crisis and considering harming themselves or others, family members and law enforcement are often the first people to see the warning signs. And whereas, September is a National Suicide Prevention Month, and firearm suicide is a significant public health risk in the United States. Every year, 22,000 Americans die by firearm suicide, including over 1,000 children and teens. Nearly two-thirds of all gun deaths in the U.S. are suicides, an average of 61 deaths every day. And whereas, according to Every Town for Gun Safety, a gun violence prevention group started in 2006, an analysis of mass shootings from 2009 to 2017 revealed that in 51% of incidents, the shooter exhibited warning signs that they posed a risk to themselves or others before the shooting. And whereas 17 states, including New Jersey and the District of Columbia, have enacted extreme risk laws, polls show that Americans across party and demographic lines overwhelmingly support such laws, and the President also recently announced his support for such laws. And whereas, while New Jersey has some of the strongest background check laws in the country, federal law only requires a background check when a gun seller is a licensed gun dealer, leaving all other sales, like unlicensed gun sales negotiated over the internet, unregulated and unchecked. And whereas our federal background check law was written 25 years ago, well before the establishment of online gun marketplaces. And whereas a 2015 survey found that nearly a quarter of Americans, 22%, who acquired a firearm within the past 2 years did so without a background check. And whereas the National Instant Criminal Background Check System is an effective tool to keep guns away from prohibited purchasers, including felons, domestic abusers, and people who involuntarily committed, and over 3.5 million sales have been blocked to violent criminals and other prohibited people since the system began in 1994. And whereas, despite this success, the system is undermined by loopholes that enabled guns to be sold without a background check. And whereas both extreme risk legislation and legislation strengthening background checks for every gun sale is being considered by the U.S. Congress. Now, therefore, be it resolved that the mayor and council of the town of Westfield records its strong support for federal extreme risk laws and for expanded and strengthened background check laws, both of which can help keep guns out of the hands of those at risk of injuring themselves or others, and urges the federal government to enact such laws. Be it further resolved that a copy of this resolution shall be submitted to all members of the New Jersey congressional delegation.
Thank you. May I have a second?
Second.
Seconded by Councilman Contract. Any discussion?
Yes, I have some comments about this, but first I'd like to ask a question. Who here has fired a gun? Everybody, who's fired a gun? Raise your hands. Nobody's fired a gun here?
Right here, Frank.
Okay, right here? Okay. Mayor, have you ever fired a gun?
Nope. My father was a big hunter, but I never touched him.
All right, well, I kind of lied because I've never fired a gun in my life either. So I'm not a gun advocate. I don't know anything about guns. But I can tell you, I speak that I am for illegal guns. And we already have, like we heard, some of the strictest laws in the nation for gun control. But I look at this and I see this as chipping away at the Second Amendment. Again, I am not a gun advocate, but I see this as a stepping stone to chip away at the Second Amendment. And that's why I'm going to be voting no on this. Again, I am for gun safety. I am not for illegal guns, but I just wanted to share that with you. Another thing that, the mayor said she's taking the lead from the state. This is more an editorial comment that I think it's very bad for this town to take the lead from the state of New Jersey. We're the laughing stock of the country in terms of our politics, the way we spend our money, some of the national politicians we have. And Westfield has not done that historically, and we need to continue down that path. We do not take the lead from the state, and we be our own entity. So for a couple of those reasons, I'm voting no. And again, because I think this is just main reason chipping away at the Second Amendment. So I'm going to be voting no.
Mayor, I'm very happy to be supporting this tonight, and specifically, I know Councilman LaGrippo and Stokes and myself have always supported federal action on passing red flag laws and universal background checks. In fact, going back to 2013, the mayor and the council passed a resolution that was endorsed by New Jersey Safe Task Force that called for state and local legislation to prevent gun violence. And in 2016, the mayor and the council passed a resolution declaring June 2nd of 2016 as Gun Violence Awareness Day in Westfield. Additionally, the mayor signed the Sandy Hook Promise and stood by the Do Not Stand Idly By organization. And one more thing, just additionally, I did on behalf of the mayor, I was in Cranford with a bipartisan group of mayors and elected leaders standing in unison against illegal guns. So I'm happy to support this resolution, and thank you.
One other thing that irks me about this is we're, like the state's not going to do business with anybody who's pro-gun or banks or whatever. I think that's a really bad move for us to do that as well. So I just wanted to get that in there also. Thank you.
And my only comment, Councilman Hill, I did get the proclamations that were done previously, just so I could be clear, and they are very different from the Mayors Against Illegal Guns Coalition, and I know there was an intentional decision not to be part of that coalition, and so those proclamations were, I think, to compensate for that decision. I don't know why that decision was made, but I do know it was very deliberate, and so I was very, very proud to be on the record as the first mayor to support it. So we will. Okay, all in favor?
Yes.
Opposed?
No.
This motion is carried.
I would also like to move General Ordinance Number 2146 on first reading, an ordinance to amend the code of the town of Westfield, Chapter 13.
Thank you. May I have a second?
Second.
Second by Councilman LaGrippo. Any discussion? Please call the roll.
Councilwoman Havergood?
Yes.
Councilman Arena?
Yes.
Councilman Dardia?
Yes.
Councilwoman Nealon?
Yes.
Councilman LaGrippo?
Yes.
Councilman Contract?
Yes.
Councilman Stokes?
Yes.
Councilwoman Mackey?
Yes.
Mayor Brindle?
Yes, this motion is carried. Next is the Code Review and Town Property Committee. Councilwoman Mackey.
Thank you, Mayor. There are two resolutions that I would like to move as a package. One, resolution to approve children's amusement devices And 2, resolution authorizing the mayor to sign the interlocal agreement for leaf collection services.
May I have a second?
Second.
Second by Councilman Stokes. Any discussion? All in favor?
Yes.
Opposed? This motion is carried. And last is the Public Works Committee. Councilman Contract.
Thank you, Mayor. I have 5 resolutions to move as a package. The first is a resolution authorizing change order number 1 for the 2019 improvement of Broadway Avenue. The second is a resolution to award a contract for tree pruning services. Third is a resolution to award a contract for the 2019 improvement of Lot 7 at North Avenue. Fourth is a resolution to cancel a previous contract and award a new contract for the Minnewaska Park pathway improvements. And the fifth is a resolution to award a contract for the 2019 leaf collection program.
May I have a second?
Second.
Second by Councilman Dardia. Any discussion? All in favor?
Yes.
Opposed? This motion is carried. So the reports from department heads are accepted. Anything else? All right, may I have a motion to adjourn?
So moved.
Motion by Councilman Mackey, second?
Second.
Second by Councilor Grippo. All in favor?
Yes.
Motion is carried. This meeting is adjourned.
Right.
All right, so we'll, so 7:30?
So confused now. 7:30?
Yeah, we're going to do 7:30. I don't know who's coming, but hopefully.